got a doubleheader, Battle of the Lady Cats, starting with JV action, and then we'll move into the varsity action with a Skidmore-Tynan. Here an alarm is sounded just like mine, which most of them do, but the default alarms, because I did take a little nap right before I got here, and it was a 20-minute nap, and I had to set my alarm because I didn't want to miss the game. But here we are. Skidmore-Tynan's junior varsity came off a 13-12 win over Francis here on Tuesday, and our varsity came up with a 16-1 win over Francis as well. So both these teams are defeated here in district, and 16th ranked Skidmore-Tynan Lady Cats coming in. So we'll get familiar with some of the names. I believe number 2. Let's start getting the lineup. I believe it's Kellis Valdivia going to be the leadoff batter for Refugio. The Refugio Lady Cats JV. Welcome again for joining us. Kind of have a double broadcast going on. We've got Skidmore-Tynan and also the Refugio Sports Network. And my friend Billy Swinney will be out on the right side. He'll have this angle way over there behind the backstop. Behind the backstop, but to the right. So he'll have slightly to the right behind the catcher. And we'll get familiar with everybody here. Let's see who we got coming in. Of course, I immediately got the number wrong. It's actually number 3. And I don't have a number 3. I hear a Mia, so we're going to go with Mia. Number 3, we'll go with Mia. That's the cool thing about it. First one up. And our pitcher. Oh, right straight. To Heidi Gamble for the first out. Nicely done there in one pitch. Heidi Gamble. Third base. And now number 1 is Hadley Trevino. Hadley Trevino. First ball. Again behind the plate we've got Andrea Malone on the mound for Skidmore-Tynan. And junior varsity is the multifaceted Alyssa Recio, who is the freshman libero on our volleyball team. And she also will make an appearance on the varsity as well this afternoon. And this is tapped way out deep, and it's through the glove. That's Tina Del Toro, and there goes the double. Now, stay right there. Hadley Trevino. So just off the glove of Nina Del Toro in left field. Just an inch off. And now to the plate with a runner on second, number 17. And again, I do not have a 17. So I apologize. This is 17. And that goes right to Heidi Gamble and right through. And nicely picking it up there is Cambry Marish. Good backup there by Cambry Marish. So runners now on first, number 17, and also number 1, Hadley Trevino on second. 1 out. Here's number 21. Boy, Davis Solis. Oh, that one had to go. Nice little spin right there. And nice to put out Deanna Brezenio. Good back up there by Tinsley Zamani. 2 down. Runners in scoring position. That was Ava Solis batting fourth. And now number 19 is Salem Bass. With 2 down, runners in scoring position. Could have an opportunity to swap one out there and get a single here. More than likely would bring in second and third. And that is up to Salem Bass, number 19 for the Refugio Lady Cats. Just underway, and I apologize. The wind will pick up more and more. There are some gusts. 2-0 the count. Again on the mound. Alyssa Recio behind the plate is Andrea Madonna. Brezenio is at first. We'll see Tinsley Zamani at second. Marish at shortstop. And that is going to go. Just got to get it. Throwing it out. And it's out for the third out. And 5 runners to the plate. Nobody comes across. We go to the bottom of the first. Here at Skidmore-Tynan. Well done by Coach Duran, Coach West. So to the bottom of the first we go. good base hitting, good fielding by Horacio, Heidi Gamble, Marish backing up also on one of those plays, and also over Diana Bresenio over on first, and backing her up at second there on that one toss was over, that was Tinsley Zamani. So we'll get to know them as they come to the plate, and also we've kind of covered the infield. We'll get the outfield a little bit, but for now, let's see who we've got coming up on the lineup for Skidmore-Tynan. Let's see who we got. It looks like number one. That looks like, is it one on the mound? Kind of different font. If it is, it's Hadley Trevino. Yeah, Hadley Trevino is the pitcher. And I can't see the number 3, it looks like. And 3, I did not have a number for number 3, is the catcher. They called her Mia, so we'll go with Mia. Didn't get a last name. Out at first base is Salem Bass. Let's see who we've got. Who else we've got out there? 21, Ava Solis at third. Let's see if we can get the shortstop in there, number 7, who already came up. Well, actually, is that 17? Yeah, 17, who already came up to bat, but did not have a name on my roster, so she playing shortstop. And it looks like 11, who does not have, I do not have a name on that on the roster, only at second. So we're going to have to go by that. But Alyssa Recio will lead off the bottom of the first for the Skidmore-Tynan Lady Cats Junior Varsity. Again, coming off of a 13-12 victory, first district game here this season. Coach West coaching at the first base, and Duran at third. Here is Recio, the lefty. She has a tendency to take a couple of steps as she goes into the pitch. 0-1 the count. Just underway here in the bottom of the at is high. Coach West, just relax. 1-1 the count, nobody out, bottom of the first. 2 runners left on by Refugio in the top of the first. That is a little bit high. 2-1 the count. Again, we're awaiting also Refugio Sports Network partner, and he'll be covering it from basically symmetrically around maybe a little bit of swing miss, 2-2. 2-2 the count. Is behind the plate. And it is foul back. So Trevino on the batter, 1-2, ball and 2 strikes. Tinsley Zamani with Gamble on deck. Bottom of the first. She got to go, and the throw over, and it is got her. 2 down. And we got to get one out to the plate. 2 out, nobody on. Again, on a third strike, if the catcher drops it, the runner can run. And that happened to fall right in front of her, so it made it a little bit easier for Salem Bass at first base and the catcher, Mia, number 3. No strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom of the first. Furia left 2 batters on. Alyssa Refugio, of course, had a lot of assistance from the fielders. Got her looking, second strike. 1-2. 2 outs. Yeah, it's foul back. That's a foul ball. Yeah, the bat made contact with the ball. So let's do it all over again. 1-2, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. And that'll end the first inning. We go to the second here at Skidmore-Tynan. 0-0. We've got varsity action coming up right after this one. Skidmore-Tynan 1-0 in district, defeating Port Aransas 16-1 right here on Tuesday, and they'll take on the Refugio Lady Cats varsity, who travel to Pettis, and that game was suspended and postponed until they meet in Refugio, and they'll finish that one up, and then they'll have the regular game in Refugio. So Refugio up on that one, 11-3. And my understanding was there was an injury during that game, which caused the suspension of the game. Again, the roster I got, I guess number 7's up to bat. I don't have a 7. So we may have to go with that much of a roster here. Swing and a miss. And again, a lot of times when you're just getting started, also keep swapping jerseys. Jersey numbers, I should say. 1-1 the count here in the top of the second. Again, top of the first. Some good pitching, but some good help and backup from the fielders and in the most of the work on her own, taking care of. There was the throw to first base Salem Bass to help out on that errant catch, if you will, on the third strike. 3 balls and a strike. Bass was up on that behind 3-1. So runner goes on, number 7. Refugio. See, we got Davy Brown at it right field. That does look like Haley Williford. And we'll check left field in just a second. I believe left field. Well, we'll find out when she gets back. A swing and a miss. And we'll keep a check on the first base runner. Check there by Danny Brezenio. Once again, Brezenio. Zamanicon second. Marish at short. Camel at third. They're holding number 7 for a little bit. Nobody out right now. So you can be a little bit patient right now on that first base. Strike call. 0-2. So Refugio up on the batter. I'm just not getting any of these numbers up, so it's like number 11 at the plate, so yeah, so and I apologize for that, but you guys know who it is if I call their number out. So 2-2 the count. 3-2, full count, nobody out. One runner on. I think that's a little cool. That's a ball. And runners go to 11 to first, number 7 over at second. And Layla Magana, number 18. Refugio getting a little pressure by the batters. And a tapper over to Maris. And it's going to slow it. No advance to runners. Single. Maris did a good job of stopping that. But bases loaded. Nobody out. And we've got Alan Autry to the plate. Again, a batter's dream to just have the bases loaded with nobody out. Well, maybe toward the later innings, but ball 1. No room for error for this year. Bases loaded, nobody out. Is our batter. Refugio. Swinging a base. And she can try to make it. Kick it in there. Out. Good job by Andrea Moron, tossing it over to the pitcher. That's Alessio for the first out. So now runners at second and third, wisely advancing from first and second. Well done, and the ball hopped a little bit in the ricochet, but a great play by Moron to get that over to Alessio. Alessio charging home plate. And sometimes that can work one way or the other. It's a double-edged sword. The ball gets by you. That tempts the third base runner to take home. But you don't have enough time because the ball kind of bounces a little better for the opponent. So runners on second and third. So right now, no threat. Well, they're in scoring position, but if the ball is kept in play by Alessio, then not as much of a chance of a run coming in. 3 and well, there. 4th ball. Bases loaded once again as Autry takes first base, and now number Carly Mahor with the bases loaded. Just changes just a little bit. Saw a similar scenario in Woodsboro in junior high action. I don't remember if it was 7th or 8th grade. They had the bases loaded, nobody out, and all of the outs were at home. And it was nicely done by the Woodsboro Lady Eagles junior high. I'm not saying that they're going to repeat that here, but it was kind of similar. You got one down. Can you do it 2 more times? 2 balls, no strikes, bases loaded. Got to throw a strike right here. It's a ball up high. So Mahor is at the plate, and now does she have the green light? Strike call. Nice pitch by Alessio. Got to throw one more like that. Then that puts a little more pressure on the batter, Mahor. Carly Mahor. That's a ball. That's going to bring in a runner. And that'll be the first run here in the top of the second. Again, the unnamed number 11. We'll put Refugio's JV. No 15. So bases loaded, 2 outs. Again, we do have the 4-run rule. Although no one scored in the first, top of the first, bottom of the first, there does look like there could be a little bit of points scored, but one's already scored. And there is a 4-run rule per inning. So great defense. Great defense by both teams in the first inning. And now the batter Wildcats coming alive here in the top of the second. And quickly it's 3-0. Has ball 4, and that's ball 4. Of course, the ponytail doesn't help on the number anyway, but I believe that was Magana that comes in with the second run. That was more flowing hair, but still, they covered up her number there. Magana comes in, and now number 3, who they're calling Mia. I don't know if it's Mia Mascoro. There is a Mia Mascoro on the varsity roster. Oh, nice stop and a swing and miss. So 1 out, and over the line quickly. Let's see on top of Mia. Bases loaded. 2 out. That's a little high. 1-1. 1-1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bases loaded. And here we go. This one's not going to make it in time. In comes Autry for the 3rd run. That one, but they couldn't get Autry. Here's Mia. Hands up, pop up, and can't get to it. That one's a little bit kind of like a little bit of English on it. I use that analogy a lot when I'm playing billiards. 2-2 with 1 out. Runners on 2nd and 3rd for Mia. Three and 2, the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. On deck is Hadley Trevino. 1 more run and they'll go to the bottom of the. That's a foul ball. Mr. Signs the ump, making it real easy. Full count, 1 out for Mia. And that is tapped out, and that is left field. Good, bringing it. Nice job bringing it in by Leah Cuevas. I think that's it. 4. That'll do it for the top of the second. 4 runs is the max that you can accumulate per inning. So we'll go to the bottom of the seconds. And the way this one has gone, ladies and gentlemen. Both teams scoreless in the first inning. And then top of the second, 4 runs, which is the max, by the Refugio Lady Cats JV. And let's see what Skidmore-Tynan, see if they can match the 4 right here with Coach West and with Coach Duran. Let's see if we can get some of the others for Refugio. Again, some of the numbers I didn't get, or I got the numbers, I didn't get their names. But I do know the pitcher is Hadley Trevino. Ava Solis is on 3rd. Salem Bass is at 1st. Behind the plate is Mia. And if it is Mia Mascoro. Got number 17 is that short. And number 11 is nameless as well. And I know some of these might have been on the basketball team. And it's a little harder to see. Recognizing all the faces, the more and more you see these wonderful athletes out there, it gets easier and easier. But let's see if Skidmore-Tynan can match it up with 4 as Coach West heads over to the first base. It was coaching. Coming up will be Andrea Moran, who made a good snag of a wild pitch to toss it over to Refugio for the out. The first out in the top of the second. Here's Andrea Moran. Took the pitch from Hadley Trevino. And she taps it to short. And let's see if it's on time. ball is loose. Got by, but Andrea went on. Settles for first. Got to always be aware that there could have been a wild pitch or a missed from the throw to first. And here is number 9. Playing left field, I believe, is Leah Cuevas. Now Moron is going to play a little bit of cat and mouse here. Let's see what you can do here to Mia Mascoro. Or Mia. I'm assuming it's Mascoro. I could be wrong. But here is Leah Cuevas. See what she can do here. And she taps it to third. Nice stop and good effort, but safe on second and safe on first. So the Lady Cats are in business. Cambry Marish coming in with nobody out, trying to bring in at least, well, at most 4 runs to end the 2. This is kind of deja vu from the Port Aransas game. Swing and a miss. That's a good toss from third to second, but even better running by Andrea Moron to get to second. That one's high. Not sure if my partner, colleague from Refugio Sports Network is here. And a tapper over to third, and it's an out. A force save. I thought it was, I'm being blocked by the pipe in the conduit, but Andrea Moron getting in there. Thought it was a force out, but that's what they're saying on the right side. The official saw something different. Diana Brazenia with the bases loaded, nobody out. And this one gets by. Here comes Andrea Moron. And the second run coming through is Leah Cuevas. So just like that, a nice hit by Diana Brazenia. Haley Williford to the plate with runners on first and second. And technically on the 4-run rule, that would be trying to get in the first and second base runners. Nobody out right now. Haley Williford. Swing and a miss. Marish on second. Brazenia on first for the Skidmore-Tynan Lady Cats JV. Williford at the plate. Nobody out. Good stop by Mia. Otherwise, you get runners in scoring position on that one. Yeah, we have like a 20-mile-per-hour gust. Ooh, inside. 20-mile-per-hour gust. 84 degrees at the time I started. It'll get a little cooler, maybe into the 60s by the time we're done with the evening. Maybe the 50s, I don't know. And a swing and a miss, 2-2. 2-2. Some of the varsity players to my right coming in for Refugio. Again, good stop by Mia. Marish over there going like, hey, come on, test me, test me. Sometimes you do that just to get the throw, and then you take off to third, and then there's an errant throw, and then this first base runner takes off. And sometimes you just play it conservatively. Here's Haley Williford. And a pop-up. Now, Leah with the first out. Catcher with time taking the dust off home plate. So Brazenia remains on first. Marish on second. Nobody on third. 1 out. Nina Del Toro. And again, a nice stop by the catcher, Mia. Here's Del Toro. A little high on that one. Swung on a little bit too high. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, She chased on that one on that last one. Throw to third is never one he can't. They wanted Marish to take off, but did not do it. Conference with the officiating crew. Marish is on third and Bresenio on second. And they're not calling her after. And now Refugio's coaching. We'll try to sort this one out. 1-2 is the count if in fact Del Toro remains at the plate. Hitter has a good shot of getting one out of here at left center field. Jolie Man is the only home run I've seen thus far. She had one out of here last week, a solo shot. And I do like that the officiating crew will also talk to the coaches, and even more so when they talk to the players, as they're trying to teaching moments are so important in any sport there is. So Del Toro stays in there with 1-2, 1 out. Runners on second and third. Here we go, Del Toro. And she gets it right through shortstop. Here comes Marish. Bresenio to third and a single for Del Toro. Juliana Guerra. Proud mama right to my left side. She's got runners at the corners. And she taps it out there. It's getting by a pitcher. In comes Bresenio and a single for Juliana Guerra. Gets the team to 4 and will go to the top of the third. Good work. And we'll go to the top of the third inning. So here's the recap basically thus far in this hurricane that we're in the midst of. Leading off the top of the third for Refugio will be Hadley Trevino. And again, I don't have all the names connected with the numbers, but I do appreciate everything that Refugio Sports Network gives me. And I know that rosters are shifting and numbers are shifting, and sometimes on our own teams, I kind of have to go by. I have to go by the facial recognition, if you will, as the more and more I call the game. Clifford out at center, and it does look like Aaliyah Cuevas out at left field. Heidi Gamble again at third. Cambry Marish at short. Tinsley Zamonic at second. And now Alyssa Recio will go to first, and to the mound will go Diana Bresenio. And Andrea Moron stays behind the plate. She don't let much get by her. So 4-4 here. Now we begin the third inning here at Skidmore-Tynan Refugio. Skidmore-Tynan Junior Varsity. Skidmore-Tynan coming in with a 1-0 record here, winning 13-12 against Port Aransas on Tuesday night. 2-0. And they need to remove the 1 out from the board because there's no outs yet. I'm sure they'll figure that out in a little bit. I think everything's inside. Got to find out if the official's okay. The umpire got hit in the head. So I hear Adriana. Yeah, you got to save. Glove for the out. They're going to try to do whatever they... And over to third. Save. So Hadley Trevino. I hope I'm hearing Hadley and then I hear Adriana, but then I thought I heard Diana, who is a Skidmore-Tynan pitcher. So... Well, if in fact Hadley Trevino is our pitcher, that is who. Just want to hear Hadley one time again because my numbers aren't necessarily matching up. Dead ball. So to first base go the Refugio Lady Cats. Runners at the corners. Ava Solis is playing third base this afternoon for Refugio to the plate. There isn't an out. That red bulb should be blank. No one's out. Good stop by Moron. Doing well behind the plate. It'll be Simper Cancino warming up there for Refugio and the varsity. And hit by a pitch. Solis to first. Bases loaded. Nobody out. Salem Bass. Salem Bass with the bases loaded. Nobody out. Should get in the top of the third with one swing right here. Diana Bresenio again on the mound, I should say. And Salem Bass hit by the pitch, so in comes Hadley Trevino for the first run in the top of the third. And Refugio represented by number 7 with the bases loaded. Strike call. Second and third. Runners on all the bases. Ball outside. 1-1 the count. It's bugging me that 1 out is still on the board because there is no out. 1-1 Here comes the slide for Refugio. They score their second run. Salem Bass over on second. Ava Solis at third. First base is empty, nobody out. There's a Leon number 7. That'll give me a first now. Two balls and a strike. Yeah, runners at second and third. Again, a 4-run rule, so the 7th and 8th runner are right now in the form of Solis on third and Bass on second. And she's going to take first. It's hit by a pitch. Base is loaded again. See if we can get a name for 11. Strike on. Zenio placing it nicely. And hit by a pitch, and in comes Solis for the 7th run, the 3rd in the top of the 3rd. So now the 4-run limit will be in the form of Salem Bass on 3rd, unless we have a grand slam or something here. I believe it's 18 is Layla Magana. Swing and a miss. Yeah, it's Layla Magana. Scenario. The other scenario is that you get all 3 outs right here, get a triple play, or little by little start, 3 strikeouts. That's what I love about this sport. Anything can happen. There's a strike there. So 2 and 2. So you can get a strikeout and then a double play or something, and then you leave it at 7-4. But otherwise, you get to the max to 8, and we'll see what happens. Magana taps it to Marish. Marish, there's nobody on first. And that's the 8th run, the 4th run of the inning. So that'll end it. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. We'll talk more about some of the other sporting events or athletic events when we bring you the varsity softball game. I have my documentation papers on that. I can tell you a little bit by memory. Of course, we are at the moment having the TAF tournament in Skidmore-Tynan. What's up, John? Skidmore-Tynan is we'll wrap it up tomorrow against Miller. I believe at 11:15. And each game, they're showing progress, improvement. And again, best to Coach Shailene and Coach Lee says field in the second, but she's batting. Good look. So Davy Brown trying to get started here. Score 5. They let them because it was a multi-base hit, if you will, and they brought in 5 in that inning. So it ended 13-12 junior varsity for Skidmore-Tynan taking the win against Port Aransas. 3-1's the count, so now Davy Brown wants to get on base. 3-1. He might take this one. Refugio will take first. Tinsley Zamani to the plate. Trying to have one swing. Oh, and a good stop by Mia. He's been doing a good job behind that plate. I can't see if Ryan Linney's here on the Refugio Sports Network. Contact with the ball. Good call by Mr. Science. Trevino on the mound. And Tinsley Zamani. You got it. If first goes, second better go. And I think Refugio realized Davy Brown wasn't going, so he's back. 2-1 the count to Refugio. Zamani. Refugio is on first, and Davy Brown is on second. Two and two to count. And the tapper to second. Throw to first, out, but a sacrifice, bringing two runners into scoring position. That's Davy Brown on third and Refugio on second. So job well done by Tinsley Zamani with the sacrifice. One down. Heidi Gamble. loaded, one out, and it's Andrea Moron, the catcher. Again, one swing here. I said this before at least twice already. One swing here, and that'll send us to the top of the fourth. And what I mean by one swing is, southeast, you put one over the left center field right now. It looks like we're being joined by our Refugio Sports Network. Swing and a miss. Ryan Linney from Refugio Sports Network has joined us here in the bottom of the third. Bases loaded, a good time to be, and the ball gets by, and no, they decide not to. Making sure I don't want to get caught on this one. And it's a tough one to call because you don't know if that ball is going to just die, or whether it's going to bounce back into the catcher's mitt. You got Hadley Trevino in it. So bases loaded. 2-1 the count. That's a little too high. 3-1. 3-1 the count. To Andrea Moron. Hadley Trevino. Try call. Right when she needed it, Hadley Trevino. That's 3-2 now. One out. And you want to keep par. You want to keep pace with the Refugio Lady Cats JV, because right now you can do it with, that's going to be one run will come in, and that'll be Davy Brown, and to third will go Refugio, to second Heidi Gallen, and walk Andrea Moron. So Malia Cuevas, 8-5. That's a foul ball, and it's going to hit a car. There we go. There's a gentle hit. Whenever you foul a softball into the parking lot, it turns into a normal ball. So it doesn't bring any damage to your vehicle. And this is going to land out at right field. In comes Refugio, and we may have a few runs. Here's Heidi Gamble. 2-run score. It's an in-the-park home run. And let's see how they score this. And I think they're going to call it because it was in progress. Skidmore-Tynan takes the lead. And we go to the top of the fourth. That's what I figured. Put it back at 8. Got to be able to make sure. Funny thing, it doesn't want me to. There we go. Doesn't want me to go back to 8, but they'll keep it at 8-8. A little bit different, I guess, in the Port Aransas games. Inning it was. I'd have to go back and look, but anyway, I only call it the way I see it as best I can, and we'll leave everything else. It's a ball game at 8-8. The time factor, and that will be how it ends. Let's take a. It ends 8-8, and we'll get ready to. We'll end this broadcast, and then we'll get started again for the varsity between Skidmore-Tynan and the Refugio Lady Cats. It does look like just 8-8 is where it ended. And explaining. And here we go. Traditional. Battle of the Lady Cats Junior Varsity. Both great job by both teams. And we'll end it, and I'll start it back up for our varsity. Varsity between Skidmore-Tynan, 1-0, 16th ranked, and the Refugio Lady Cats, 0-0. Their game was suspended. We'll talk about that during the next broadcast. Stay right here at ST Lady Cat Nation. We'll be back in a little bit. And if you're not coming back, thank you for joining me. Have yourself a great evening, and God bless.